time when people might be able to stand up at a bar again and get a drink and not be seated?
Well, if you look at the experience from earlier in the year, I'd hope that we can have those venues operating with as many people as possible, being able to have a drink at the bar, as you say, as soon as possible. If we handle these next few weeks, all of us as individuals and families, if we all play our part in the next few weeks, then there'll be, we hope, very significant stability come to these numbers, and the longer we can continue to be vigilant, then the better the outcome will be. This is always going to be there in the background, but if it's at very, very low numbers, then it is absolutely manageable, and then that makes possible all sorts of different things. Numbers to increase, inside venues, outside venues, the ways in which people can enjoy all sorts of experiences, whether it's a pot at the bar or being able to sit in a bigger crowd perhaps to watch a game of cricket, and everything in between.
So you say by the end of the year is hopefully...
Oh, well, we can't be certain, but the Minister will be out to make some announcements about Boxing Day test and some other things later today. We're very hopeful that this strategy is working. Victorians are taking this seriously. They know what's at stake, and the vast majority of people are doing the right thing. And if everyone keeps doing that, if we all keep playing our part, then all sorts of things that have not been possible for months will again be possible soon.
Has the cup been finalised?
I think the Minister will speak about racing and indeed Boxing Day test later on today.
Can't give us a preview now.
No, I won't be previewing what he's going to say. He'll put it to you in very clear terms a bit later on.
Just on the stability of numbers,
Yep.
That's probably a key thing that the other states are looking at in terms of borders. Have you done modelling with these such low levels about where we could be?
No, I think modelling becomes incredibly difficult when you've got such low numbers. For instance, you can the ref rate off the back of 2 days of 0 and a day of 2 will be all over the place because the numbers are so low. So the statistics don't hold as true when you've got such a small sample. I don't think it's unreasonable for other states to wait and see how things go. We're making some very, very big changes. We're all focused on making sure those changes work. I'm confident that Victorians know and understand that it's not just something the government can do, even though it's thousands and thousands of people who are working day and night and working incredibly hard. Every Victorian has to work hard to make sure that we value what we've built. It's not unreasonable to wait and see how things go over the next few weeks, and based on that, if we all play our part, then we can get the borders open, we can have freedom of movement within our state, and we can have freedom of movement to go to other states if people are so inclined to do. But I would commend to them the holiday in Victoria if they're talking about the summer period. That'd be a great way to support those who have done it very tough.
Premier, I know you said the
hospital visits. I think they're still operating under stage 4. When will that change? Are you in discussions about that?
There'll be discussions. I'm not involved in those directly, but there'll be discussions. Those restrictions will remain in place for as long as it's safe to do so. But with so few COVID patients in hospital now, and again, we wish them the very best, those 3 people, to have nobody in ICU, and that's been a theme of recent days. That's very, very encouraging. That means less of the virus moving in our hospital system. But it's also about visitors, is about how much virus is out there in the broader Victorian community. As those numbers continue to fall, then there'll be a time when we can be, when individual hospitals can make different choices. I know it's very frustrating, but the choices are made for every single patient, and I know it must be incredibly heartbreaking to not be able to see people that you want to see and stay with perhaps for the whole day, for as long as they're in needing the care that they need. But often it's exactly those circumstances where there'll be lots of other patients quite close by who are very, very vulnerable because of the cancer treatment or the cardiac treatment or whatever it might be. So we've got to keep them safe as well. And hospitals don't make those decisions lightly. They've looked at it long and hard and made a very difficult choice, but I think the right choice. And if it was your loved one in there, you'd want that choice made. But I know it's very difficult for those who are being limited in how much they can see people who are very, very unwell. That will change, but safety will guide it.